you know that the first 7 years of your life largely sets out how the rest of your life will be? So you're like, wait, what? Really? At such a young age, we're at the mercy of our parents, our carers, the media, and other means that shape our beliefs, and we generally hold those beliefs for most, if not all, of our lives. Now, this would be grand if we have healthy and productive beliefs installed in us. The reality, however, is much, much different, usually. When your life stops working for you, or you know there is more, the way to move forward is to change your beliefs. I'm Adair Palmer, and it's a great pleasure to introduce my guest, world-renowned social entrepreneur, business coach and author, Stephen Aitchison. Now, Stephen has a following of over 5 million people globally for his expertise in blogging, personal development and business development online. He's here to talk about the launch of his book, The Belief Principle, and to share with us how to bust those limiting beliefs so that we can truly live how we're meant to. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very good, Adair. Thank you very much for inviting me on. I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this as well. I'm really pleased that you said yes and that you're here. I'm just going to mute that because I've got a screen over there and I'm trying to hold a watch party. You know, I said before we went live, it's fly eyes.
Right, no bother.
This is like, how much can I get away with? We do have some people here with us, and Charlene is saying, hello, is there audio? So let's just double check. Is there audio? And Roz is here. So it's saying that there's audio on my side. So
there's audio on my side.
If we do, we've got Manhua here who wants to ask a question. You can feel free to ask your questions of Stephen as we go through, because I've got lots of stuff I'd love to ask him, and I will ask him, and you're welcome to ask questions as well. Tara says hi, and Charlene saying yay, now I can hear. So welcome everybody. And so, Stephen, it's been an absolute pleasure to be on the alpha reading group of your new book, The Belief Principle. And I just, when I'm reading it, I'm going, wow. So, I guess really it takes it to another level. But you know, we can do training. A lot of people I work with, are coaches and healers and hypnotherapists, NLP master practitioners. But what you're doing is you come from a completely different angle. And I love that you just actually, I'll let you tell us, because I know you've got some background in psychology. And how did it sort of all come about?
The book has been in waiting for 35 years because it all happened when I was really young. I didn't really believe I was intelligent when I was young. And what I said when I was young, back in kind of Scotland, I stayed in a rough area. I kind of got bullied and stuff like that, but it's not kind of poor me. But it was because I really didn't believe I was intelligent, because I had a problem with my hearing. And I couldn't see the teacher speaking. I could only see them speaking when they were facing me with lip reading. But nobody knew I had a hearing problem until my mum discovered that it was called glue ear. So I got an operation. And after that, I started doing well at school. But before that, I thought I was thick. I thought I've got a learning disability. The teachers thought I had some kind of learning disability until they found out it was this hearing problem. So after that got fixed, I was doing well at school, but I still held the belief that I was thick, that I wasn't intelligent at all. And it affected me in a big way. I didn't want to make friends. I didn't want to go out. I revered intelligent people up until the age of 16. And this is from very early up until 16 years I held this belief. And it affected my whole life. And then I was walking home one day, and it was a nice sunny afternoon. I can still remember it. And I passed a history exam. I got an A in my history exam. I thought, brilliant, I'm really chuffed because I loved history. I thought, hold on a minute, I must be intelligent. I got an A in history. And I looked for other pieces of evidence to prove that I was intelligent. I loved reading, I loved writing, I loved doing all these kind of intellectual stuff as well. And I found more and more evidence. So much so that I changed that one belief overnight, and it changed my whole life. I was more social, I was more confident, had higher self-esteem. Just everything changed for me with that one belief. And it got me to thinking later on, when I look back on it, that most people don't know what their beliefs are. But if we can change one belief, it just kind of changes their life, literally. That's why I kind of wrote the book 7 Beliefs. But if you only look to 1 or 2 of those beliefs, it's a game changer. Yeah.
Now, I'd just like to say, Roz, can you please moderate for me? We do have a lot of people come into My Time TV, and sometimes some of them may not be as welcome as others. So, Roz, you know what to do. Thank you.
Oh, right, okay.
We don't want to give them any more airspace, but I do want to say, Roz, I promised that you would love the accent. And when you were talking, I've been listening to you on YouTube and also on when you were talking to Jodie, and I'm going, I could seriously listen to your accent. It is Scottish.
Oh, thank you very much.
And then Roz is saying someone told her once that she runs like a duck, and she hasn't run much at all since. Unless there is danger, she will. And that's actually interesting as well, because even I know in the book you talk about the tree beliefs, like with the roots and the trunk and the branches and the leaves.
Yeah.
Now, with that, I saw it in a whole different light.
Brilliant.
And yeah, so you want to share a little bit about how that?
Yeah, so I think, would it be pertinent to talk about kind of what age we kind of form our beliefs with that?
Yes,
because you kind of opened that as well. So up until the age of 7 years old, our brainwave patterns are in a certain state. So you've got 4 major brainwave patterns. You've got about 12. You've probably got more than that, but you've got 4 major ones. You've got the alpha, beta, theta, delta. And that's the kind of stages of sleep. A lot of people will know the stages of sleep. But during waking hours, we're right now watching this, we're in what's called a beta brainwave state, where our kind of brainwaves are oscillating at between about 14 and 30 hertz per second. So that's the stage we're in just now. In beta stage, we're alert, we're aware of what things are going on, but we still think about other things in the background, what we've got to do today, pay the bills, pick up the kids, teach the kid, whatever you've got to do. That's beta stage. But up until the age of 7 years old, we don't have a beta state. We have alpha and theta state. Now, when you're in an alpha state, that's a kind of meditative, calm, chill out state. When you're in a theta state, it's an even deeper state of that meditative mind. And that's where we do our learning. So when you tell a kid something, if you give a kid an iPad at 3 years old, they'll be able to pick it up straight away because they're in this alpha theta state and they pick up everything. And that's why it's really important to mind the way you talk to your kids as well. So our brain waves are totally different. So up until 7 years old, we pick up literally everything the primary caregivers in our life say. And that includes the beliefs as well. So we form our beliefs by the age of 7 years old. And we don't even have a concept of what a belief is at 7 years old. And yet most of the beliefs are formed. Our own personal beliefs are formed by that age. So that's how we get our beliefs in the first place. So going back to the tree kind of beliefs, we've got root beliefs. That's the beliefs that are really at the core of who we are. And root beliefs can include your religious beliefs. It can include the beliefs you have about yourself, whether you're confident, you're not confident, self-esteem, highly intelligent, not. So that's your root beliefs. But your root beliefs affect your trunk beliefs, your branch beliefs, and your leaf beliefs. So a trunk belief is not quite a core belief. It's more malleable. It can be changed more easily. Core beliefs are difficult to change. So, for example, if somebody believes in God their whole lives, I can't come along and say God doesn't exist. The belief is not going to change because it's a core, solid belief. Trunk beliefs are a wee bit different. You can provide evidence to prove that a particular belief is not true or is true, and that affects your branch beliefs, which are lesser beliefs, and the leaf beliefs, which are kind of smaller beliefs you don't really kind of change, but you can change them very easily. So we're really working on the trunk beliefs and some of the core beliefs as well. I don't know if that explains it well enough, Adair, but I hope you get what I mean.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And so what you're saying then is, in terms of the core beliefs that are instilled in us by the age of around about 7, they're the ones that go quite deep. I was curious when I was reading it as well, and as I said in the introduction, it's really curious as to why when when we know differently, you know, I mean, I would have loved to have been able to have been more aware when my children were growing up, because I look back and I go, oh my God, I did a shocking job of instilling the totally wrong beliefs in them. And so, you know, so when you know better, you do better. But you would think as we become more, I guess, evolved, and as we know more, we can help our children to have the core beliefs that are healthy rather than limiting.
Definitely, yeah. I think because if you think about it, imagine, and this will be shocking to some people as well, if you call your child stupid, which a lot of people did back in the day, and a generation ago, you're stupid. Teachers might have said it as well, oh, he's just stupid, he's not going to go very far. Now, imagine saying that now. We're much more aware in this generation now, and whatever we kind of tell our kids, they take on and start to believe it in a deep down kind of way, and that's where it goes down to the roots. So once we become aware, and this is why the belief principle is not just one book. This one is a starter for 10, literally. So there's going to be the belief principle for entrepreneurs, the belief principle for parents, the belief principle for writers, for kind of business owners. So this is just a starter, because the beliefs affect every single area of our life, but particularly as a parent, when you start to know and see how beliefs are formed, you will totally have a different relationship with your kids after that.
Yeah. I used to think, pardon?
I'm saying hopefully you will have.
Yes. But I used to think that I wasn't able to, I didn't think I was thick, but I didn't think that I was, it was a small town country girl was meant to go to uni. Yeah. And, you know, so that was probably a core belief. It was like you got married, or you got a job at the post office, or you got married. And
so what changed that? That's really interesting. What changed that from being a country girl to going to university? Something had to change, a belief shift had to happen for you to do that. So that's the really interesting part as well.
One of the things that we were talking about earlier with that word that I can't pronounce, but when that belief shifted, it was in the 90s, and I knew that I had to do something different to change my life, but I didn't know how to do it because I didn't have that belief. And I guess circumstances for most of us, it's either like you just cannot keep living like you're living. You have something has to change. Yeah. And, you know, it'd be good if we could just wake up one morning and just be aware, but usually it's something that's quite painful that forces that to happen.
It is, because there's different types of belief change. So you can have an overnight, you can have an epiphany belief change. And that happens literally straight away. That's what I had when I was 16. And I've had lots of different kind of belief. But the usual kind of belief change happens over a period of time. And this is why I think people don't really believe. Well, it's not that they don't believe, they're not aware of their own beliefs. I was to ask you, Adair, what personal beliefs do you have about yourself? It's difficult to kind of answer that question because we don't really look at beliefs and say, well, I believe I'm kind, I believe I'm a brilliant mum, I believe I'm a great host. So you're not aware of it because you don't question it. But once we become aware of it, then we can start to look at the limiting beliefs. Then we can start to look at the kind of beliefs we would like to install. And this is what we were talking about earlier, about cognitive dissonance.
That's the word.
You're trying to say that earlier on, but it's fine. It's cognitive dissonance. And basically what cognitive dissonance is, you cannot hold two opposing beliefs in your mind at the same time. So you cannot believe on one hand, I'm intelligent, and on the other hand, I am not intelligent. Like you have to believe one or the other. But there's a shift. So you had to believe that you weren't intelligent, or not you weren't intelligent, you just maybe weren't smart enough to go to university. And that was maybe a solid belief. Once you start to look at evidence that you are intelligent, you love reading, you love writing, you love kind of intellectual shows, documentaries. That's kind of evidence. Then you start to say, actually, I am quite intelligent. So this rock solid belief becomes molten, and this new belief, I am intelligent, goes over that and becomes a rock solid belief to say, I am intelligent. You go, I can do anything I freaking want. I'm going to go to university. I'm going to do this. I'm going to become a doctor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. That's what it's about. And this is what's so exciting, because most people are not aware of their own beliefs.
And I think for some, like for me, it was like, as I said before we went live, it was like trying on a pair of ill-fitting shoes on the wrong feet, because it was the beliefs were so heavily ingrained that there was, and it was all like, I actually remember going to orientation. I got out of the car and I actually physically felt like I was going to be sick, and I just had to absolutely force myself to walk in and register for that, after going through all the hoops to get into uni as what they call a wrinkly. I think I was 26. Wow. Because if you're over 21, you're a wrinkly.
Yeah, I've done that as well, yeah.
Those were the days. So, like 5 degrees later, that's fine now. But it was, but those defining moments where, there's something that just pushes you forward. And I just want to say, if you are feeling, like, oh my God, I cannot do this. And one of the things I did want to bring up, because I work with a lot of people who go, I cannot do tech. I am tech numpty. And I'm really hoping that your book that comes out for business people, really, because there's so much, that.
Yeah.
Give us some tips.
That's one of the things, and you've hit upon a brilliant point there as well. Most people say, I am no good at tech. No, I'm not saying most people say that, but they say I am no good at something, or I'm not good looking, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm not that good at English, I'm not good at maths. When you tell yourself that, what happens is you tell your brain, you're saying to your brain, I'm no good at tech. So whenever a tech issue comes up, when you're on your computer, your brain shuts down and goes, hey, listen, Adair, you've told me you're no good at tech. I'm not even going to try and look for a solution because you're no good at tech. There's no point in looking. But when you open it up in your mind and say, oh, I'm getting better at tech all the time, then your brain has somewhere to go. Your subconscious mind says, oh, I'm getting better, so I'm going to try and look for a solution. So the first thing you do, okay, I'll watch a YouTube video to tell me how to install a WordPress site. Dead easy. And once you see a YouTube video. But before that, because your brain had shut down, your subconscious mind shut down, said, I'm no good at tech, you don't even look for a solution.
You don't.
But then a solution comes because it marinates in your mind and say, okay, there are solutions out there. I've just got to find it. And that's when you start to have a shift in a belief. Say, I'm getting better at tech, or I'm becoming a better writer, or I'm becoming a better host all the time of my kind of live show. I'm getting better and better. So it's opening up your subconscious mind as well.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out that Shirley here said she wanted to be a computer tech, but they said she couldn't. Now, Shirley has her own website, Shirley and her husband Stephen, called Around the Home, and they've got over 10,000 products listed on there. And Shirley's actually got she's got an illness kidney. I hope Shirley, I think she minds me saying this because she said it publicly as well, but she's got some issues that she works with as well, but she still does all this. She still puts the website up, she still puts the products on the website. They've got people who put the website out there, and they're actually doing some amazing stuff to add to the economy, to get people, sort of opportunities. So, and if Shirley had held to subscribe to that belief, then their world wouldn't be expanding, and they wouldn't be helping other people expand as well.
And that's it. That's the thing as well, Adair. But when you expand your beliefs, you're not only expanding your beliefs and changing your life, because I've never really kind of spoke about, but your beliefs have energy. They have an energy kind of signature to them. So that when you start to really believe in yourself, I am worthy, I am enough. When you start to really believe that, your vibration you vibrate on a different level, on an energetic level. I don't talk about that much in the kind of book because people say it's woo-woo, it's not scientific, but it does, and it is true. So, but what you're doing when you change your energy, you're touching other people's energy as well around about you. So you're lifting the world up because you're changing your energy. If we see it from that point of view, how much has Shirley done to change other people's energy as well?
Oh, look, thank you. She's gorgeous. They're doing such an amazing job. Stephen's book, The Belief Principle, is being launched, drum roll, tomorrow, I believe.
Yes, it's tomorrow. It's available for pre-order just now. So you can order it and it'll come tomorrow on Kindle, or you'll be able to get the paperback. At the moment, you can order the paperback just now. If they're delivering in your country, I don't know if they're delivering.
And a very easy way to order it, all you need to do is pop in the comments the word belief, and you will be delivered right to your messenger inbox a link that will take you to the Amazon site where you can pre-order the book. And you can also go, there's another link in there. I've taken the liberty of popping your blog post, your blog website in there as well. So if you want to look at what Stephen's done in the past and suss him out a bit more, you're welcome to go to stephenaitchison.co.uk. So that's all. Just type in the word belief and you'll be able to access that. Well, it will come to you. You don't even have to chase it. So
excellent.
So when we now, well, I'll just pop that away. So you had in your book, you have, before I forget, I did want to say that there is I believe that you've got a movement happening here. It's not about one person. Well, it is about one person changing, their beliefs, but it's about the whole, I think, a movement that people are going to join together because, it's so much power together. So
can I tell you, dear, that's really weird that you picked that up because I don't know if you've heard of Hal Elrod. He wrote The Morning Miracle or The Miracle Morning.
Yes. I've got that book.
So it's a brilliant book. I loved it.
I'm in the group.
Oh, you're in the group as well?
Yes, I'm in the group.
Okay, I'm in that group as well. Excellent. So he talked about, when he was doing the book marketing, he talked about, okay, when you're writing a book, what you've got to think about is creating a movement.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, how could I create a movement from this? So in the book, I've got loads of things. So it's about community, and business is about community. A lot of people don't realize it. It's not about selling your products. It's about community. It's about bringing people together who love your products and they're going to talk about your products, but you've got to treat your community well. That's what business is about. And most people don't get that. So when you get that, and you've got it, you know it, which is amazing. So the book is about creating a movement. And so it's weird that you picked that up.
That is fantastic because there is a group in the book where if you buy the book, you get a link to go to the Facebook group.
Yes.
Is that the one I'm already in?
That's the one. You're in the beta testers group. So buyers of the book will now go into that beta testers and the alpha testers group. So they will go into that, and there'll be much more. There'll be videos of me. I'll be doing Q&As in there. You'll get a downloads as well. So I've got a mantra in there for the deep soul feeling method. That's kind of in the book as well.
It's brilliant. So, I love it. So when you do get the book, there's a couple of hashtags here that you might want to use. And if you want to, you don't have to, but people watching here either live or for the replay, I'd love it if you could see how many people that you can help create new beliefs. And you know what Facebook does with their new rules? You can't say the S word. And so we're getting creative about how we do that. And if you would like to pop those hashtags into the comments, then this shows that what we've done here, and I'm actually really honoured to be part of the foundation community that are helping to build the belief principle. And I just really am, just totally honoured and grateful that we can do this together. So a couple of things. Do remember to make sure as many people as possible. Can I do something really cheesy? I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to, because I just found, I was going to say I just found Canva. I didn't actually just find Canva, but I'm still checking this out. Oh dear. There is now, how do I get that off?
See, that's the thing. There we go.
So eye-catching, and it wasn't that cheesy. It was really just a way to get your attention. So if you're sort of going, what is that? Let's have a look.
Just to wake you up, make sure you're paying attention here.
Okay. And so what's this? Oh, Roz is being her proofreader self. So Stephen, is there anything else that you'd like to share with some real gems? I know you have seven core You want to explain that?
Yeah, seven major beliefs. So what I've done in the book, there's lots of different things about beliefs that hopefully are going to open up your mind. So that's the first part. The first couple of parts of the book is to open up your mind. Just as a wow, I didn't realize that. And then you've got the exercise in the book as well. And then at the end, you've got the 7 major beliefs that will change your life. Now, you don't have to install all 7 beliefs, because we're constantly installing beliefs in our minds all the time, every single minute of the day through affirmations, just saying, I am no good at this. I am no good at that. No, that's you installing a belief. You just don't realize it. So specific exercises for you to install new beliefs or get rid of limiting beliefs. But the 7 beliefs at the end, and these are beliefs that I've chosen, that I think are major beliefs that can change your life literally. But even if you choose just to install one belief, it's a core belief. These are all core or root beliefs. These are all root beliefs. Once you change that root belief, it changes so many other beliefs. It changes trunk beliefs, branch beliefs, and leaf beliefs at the same time. So that's why if you choose a root belief, it changes just so much more than I am worthy. That is a root belief. When you say to yourself, I am worthy, and a lot of people have never heard that in their life. They've never heard you are worthy from the parents, from the primary caregivers, from the teachers, from whoever. And when you say it yourself, there's a bit of cognitive dissonance in there, first of all, but it also brings up a lot of emotions. If you put your hand in your heart just now, even for 10, 15 seconds, and just feel, I am worthy. Take a deep breath in and just say, I am worthy.
I am worthy.
There's a lot of emotions for a lot of people because they've never heard that in their life. They've never felt that in their life as well. So if you install that root belief, I am worthy, it changes so many other things as well. So that is one of the beliefs that's the first belief we have to work on. I am worthy, because you are worthy. You just don't know it yet. For everybody. I'm not just talking for most people. I'm talking about for everybody. You are worthy. So just doing that one exercise, we're talking 15 minutes per day to change your life.
It's literally worth it.
Oh, it's totally worth it.
Absolutely worth it. And I do know that, I've done a lot of work, and even still, I know we're nearly out of time, but I do, when I do that now, I can never look in the mirror and look at myself in the eyes and say, I love you. That took a lot. That took a hell of a lot. And that's the same sort of thing as saying, that's saying I am worthy, and then being able to show yourself true love by actually being able to say it and mean it while you're looking at yourself. That's, I did want to touch on, and I probably might, maybe I can go into the beta testing group for the beta reading group for the ones that are coming out, as I would love to, but the leveling up, because when you hit a ceiling and then you go so far and then you think, all right, well, I've got here, because I would never have thought that I'd be talking in public, let alone talking to, someone such as yourself and with potentially thousands of, if not more, people watching. So when you want to level up and you still, there's still those blocks there. So I just thought, once I get rid of these beliefs, that's it, I'll be great. It doesn't work like that, does it?
No. So what you have is something called your belief ceiling. You've got belief walls and you've got belief ceilings. Your belief ceiling is so if you're in a job, just now, say, for example, most people have got jobs and they're earning $40,000 a year, for example. They think that is all they're worth, so they're not going to get any more. That is a belief ceiling. Yeah. When you say to yourself, actually, I'm worth more than this. I'm really good at my job. I know more than the managers about how this works. I'm worth more than $40,000 a year. You say, okay, how much do you think you're worth? You say, okay, I'm worth more than 40,000. You're not worth anything, because you're worth the world, basically. So, but you just say, I can earn $60,000 a year. I genuinely believe I can earn $60,000 a year. You break through the first belief ceiling and you hit that $60,000 a year. And then when you get to that level, it's about stepping up to another level as well. And then just say, okay, $60,000, I'm doing so much for the company, but I still think I'm worth more. I could be doing another position or bring more into for sales for the company or something like that. And then you level it up and go to $100,000 and level up again. So everybody starts near the bottom. But what successful people have found out is unconsciously or subconsciously, they've found out about these belief ceilings and smashed through them every single time. Most people don't know about them, never questioned it. They think they're only worth as much as what somebody's paying them just now. It's not true.
It's not true. It's not.
When you realise it's not true, when most people realise it's not true, you're not being the same job you're in just now.
Yeah. Yep, that's so liberating, isn't it? And we've got the global community here. Bridgetti's here from Cape Town. Hello, Bridgetti.
Excellent.
He's feeling better. and Mary, Self-Love Miracles. She's beautiful. She was one that taught me to look in the mirror and say, I love you.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. And Roz is saying she needs to remember to be in here as her own personal profile for the belief word to trigger the chatbot. Now, Roz and chatbots, that's another story. So, Roz, you are now learning chatbots. How's that?
So that's what you're using now just now, the messenger chatbot, yeah.
Bridgetti's saying she loves this topic. Bridgetti, and anyone else who's just joined us, you can type belief, the word belief in the comments, and you will be sent a link to pre-order Stephen's book, The Belief Principle, which is being launched tomorrow. So it's on Amazon. I do believe you said it won't be in bookshops just yet, but
yeah, I'm just going to do it exclusively on Amazon just now, and then I'll bring out the audiobook in a few weeks as well. So it's going to be paperback, Kindle, and audiobook. I've just noticed that a good friend, Laurie Emmett, has just joined us as well. So good to see you, Laurie.
Oh, hello, Laurie. How are you? Hey, good to see you. Oh, did you see Laurie in Mari's group? Mari's group. Good to see you. So on that note, I know you have another interview today. You've got some lined up. So is your diary open if there's other people who would like to speak to you? Or? Yeah,
what I'm going to do, this is a year-long promotion for the book. So it's not just a wham bam thank you ma'am, it's going to be a year-long promotion. So I'm going to be doing lots of these, probably maybe over 100 over the next year or so. So yeah, the diary is open, and I've got, if you want to do an interview with me, then I'll just PM me or DM me, and I'll get back to you on how to do that. So it'll be brilliant.
I would love to have you back too at some point. It would be
excellent.
So that would be beautiful to do that. So, Stephen, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you sharing your knowledge, and looking forward to being part of the Belief Principle community and seeing where it takes us, because it is a huge movement. So thanks again.
Thank you everybody for
being here. Thank you.
I really appreciate